What's good, YouTube land? That word collector here. People seem to hate Hot Rod. A take I see often is, oh, he killed Optimus Prime! Because he tried to stop Megatron in their fight. Maybe if I'd watched it as a kid, I would have felt that way, but heck, I watched it when I was in my 30s for the first time, so I didn't really connect that much to Hot Rod. Like, I can understand the storytelling behind it, so I didn't really feel one way or another about the character. One thing I do agree with, though, he's not red. In the movie, he's not red. Why, for the longest time, have we made Hot Rod red? Rodimus Prime, I understand. He's red. Hot Rod is not red. He's pink. What? Suddenly males can't be pink? That point aside, there was some hope when a recent reissue of the G1 Hot Rod toy was done in pink. And a lot of people hoped, will we finally get more pink Hot Rods? Yes. This is the recent re-release of the Studio Series Hot Rod figure in a more screen-accurate pink. Is it pink? What do we think, Decade?
ピンクじゃないマゼンタだ。ピンクはいわゆるイエローが入っているが、俺のはマゼンダ 100% だ。
大して変わんないでしょ。男のくせにピンクだなんて。
それがディケイドの功罪だね。ライダーというか初めてヒーロー男性ヒーローに初めてピンクを持ち込んだ。おかげでソナトンライダーがピンク一色になったんだ。
そうだっけ。
エグゼイドを見たまえ。エグゼイそれに我が魔王、あなたも目がピンクだ。仮面ライダー。
本当だ、俺もピンクエローだった。
だから
ピンクじゃなくてマゼンタ。
I'm gonna go with pink. And yes, this is the same toy, but in a much more appealing deco. And not just the pink. The orange is more saturated. The yellow is brighter. I think his boots are a different shade. His skin is a bit lighter gray, which I think honestly works better for somebody who's supposed to be like the young kid on the team. Like, he's not a kid, but he's basically a youngster who's forced to grow up in the process of the movie. Like, he gets the Matrix and then he's suddenly forced to lead the Autobots because the Matrix chose him. I don't agree that it should have gone to Ultra Magnus. Really. It went to Ultra Magnus, but he wouldn't accept it. That's not Hot Rod's fault. Ultra Magnus wouldn't accept it. I can't deal with that now. He'd much prefer to be a city commander than the one leading the Autobots. And even then, Hot Rod didn't really get to lead the Autobots much. In Season 3, they brought back Optimus Prime multiple times, telling the audience, Hot Rod's not good enough to lead. Here's Optimus Prime again. Everyone cheer, it's Optimus Prime. Even though at one of them he was a rage zombie, and the other, I think they were infected with a virus that was making them angry, and Optimus had to shield himself from it to try and fight it off. And part of that could be the fans saying we want Optimus Prime back. there could be backlash from that, but this figure, all that baggage aside, is a very nice deco. It might be hard to see on camera. Let's zoom in. You can definitely tell it's a different color, even if my camera doesn't really want to admit it. Yep, you can tell the difference between the bright red and even the oranges. But he also gets like more lines picked out in this darker magenta on his helmet, his crotch. Like, overall, I forgot which one I was looking at for a second. I prefer this one. Although it's not 100% perfect. Like, for some reason this... Is it this side? No, it's not this side. This side, these don't click in pretty much at all. Like, these ones you get a loud sort of click and they stay. These ones do not. And I don't think I'm a fan of changing the pipes from silver to this really light gray. It's almost the same color as the skin tone. If you don't remember this figure, let's go over articulation. Head is on a ball joint. Can rotate around. Kind of get caught on his own collar. Ignore that. Shoulders are a bit awkward. Like, they tab into themselves right there. And so they don't really like to rest outwards. Like, they go from there, from here to here, the range is fine, but you can kind of make it sit where you want it to. This one's a bit easier because it's not as forceful, but it's the same on my other copy. And they can go forwards and backwards. They can butterfly out a bit. The bicep swivels. The elbow, it can bend over 90 degrees. Wrist swivels. And he's got opening knuckle joint. That's cool. The waist swivels. It has the same frustrating lack of backwards. Like, just pinch myself. Ow. Like, the forward motion is good. The backwards motion just stops right there, and I wish it didn't. There is a bit of a gap there that isn't on my original one. I don't know what's up with that. Then we have outward motion. Everything's the same. Everything feels just as smooth as it did originally. Like, there's no mold degradation whatsoever. Even though they're using this, blowing it up, like overscaled, or upscaled, excuse me, and calling it a masterpiece, like, I'm not a fan of that. It's going to be like the Rodimus Prime deco of like the dark black boots and, hey, back to red again. Jesus. So the double knee joint works beautifully. Nice curl. Oddly, they painted that bit of the boot, I guess, to indicate that the boot starts right there, which they didn't on the first release. I don't know if I find the paint weird or the lack of paint on the original weird. But if it's in my name. The ankle can bend forward and backwards, and it has a pretty good pivot. See? Articulation all feels good. The shoulders are a bit awkward to maneuver around, but they make it work. And overall, he's a nice figure. I haven't seen him again since I picked him up the first time. Like, I had to go hunting for him, looking around multiple stores to find him in wave 1 of Studio Series. You know, in this deco, I think it makes him look better. Like, just 100%. It makes him look better. So, size comparison. We have Cup, his buddy throughout the movie. Megatron. He doesn't have the pistol of betrayal, so I can't 100% recreate that scene. But also, here's Optimus Prime. Why did you murder me? I didn't. I tried to stop Megatron. Ah! Or something. Something to that effect. We do have brand new accessories because while this is just a repaint, they did have to put the increased price point to some use. Tariffs. First, the accessories that came with the original. We have his pair of blasters molded in pink, which is nice, and conveniently they didn't paint the tabs that go into storage, so there wouldn't be paint chipping. Yay for no paint chipping. Wait, are these the same? No, they're not. But no effect parts, though. Sad. Who needs effect parts? He can wield them, as you do. He can look pretty good pointing his pistols. I know they each have a different name. I just can't remember it off the top of my head. Maybe I'll put them right here. And we can store those, just like the original, on his back. Also, he comes with his pizza cutter. It's supposed to be a buzzsaw, but we know what it is. It doesn't spin very well because there's no room in there. I wish it spun a bit freer. I don't even know where I keep this for the original. It's somewhere. And what you can do with that is flip out his hand, flip it around, close that back up. I didn't need to open it, but plug it into the 5mm peg that, was there, and combine it with this flip out visor gimmick. And now you have melee mode Hot Rod, ready to slice up some Sharkticons, some Piranacons, some BS Justice. Anything else? Well, we do have the Matrix, except now it's Sonic flavored. I don't know. Matrix of Blue. It doesn't really have a good. Blue raspberry soda? Damn it. I'm sure there's a flavor of Gatorade. Well, Cool Blue, but like, I'm sure there's a flavor of Mountain Dew that this looks like. You can open up his chest to start the transformation and just kind of shove it in there. It's going to rattle around a bit. Oh, it's not. It's a bit more of a secure fit. But also no matrix effect part. And I don't know where I keep mine for that also. We have some new accessories, however. We have his iconic fishing pole. So yes, there is a scene where him and Daniel are in Autobot City, which brings a question: how did the U.S. government allow them to build Autobot City without, like, you know, interference, tariffs and things? Like, there's just a city on Earth named Autobot City. Like, that doesn't scream bad naming because the Decepticons are just going to attack it because it's Autobot City? Or they just, do they go with the thought process of, oh, the Autobots aren't stupid enough to name a city after them, that can't be where they're hiding? That would be like, that is 80s cartoon villain logic. But yes, him and Daniel fish. Just go fishing. There's no sort of line, like reel. The reel is molded in there, along with the handle, but you can't really do anything with it. You can just hold it. But at least he has it. There is a port right there, and the only things that have pegs on them are his guns. So you can plug... Can I get it? Can I get it? Can I get it? There we go. You can plug it onto his back, and it's almost reaches the ground. But you can store it there. And also you can store the buzzsaws. Actually, buzzsaws? There's only one of them. I mean, unless you consider the micro cassette buzzsaw, but he doesn't come with that buzzsaw. That buzzsaw does come with Studio Series Soundwave, who I still don't have, but I will at some point. And you can plug the buzzsaw onto the guns, and most of his things can store on his back. Now, we have two other new accessories, and they come from a other scene in the movie, where Hot Rod is on a ship, and he's having a sort of training match with a droid or something. The thing he's having a training match with isn't a character. It's just, I guess, like part of the ship. Because freaking, we have Studio Series Kranix now, which is ridiculous. But like, I guess he can be known as guy that goes time out, time out, time out. Because that's about the only line the thing has in the movie. But he and Hot Rod have a sword fight. So Hot Rod comes with a sword and shield. Now, out of the package, the shield has the peg up like that, which you really can't use properly as a shield if you do that, because it just kind of sits in his hand like that. Oh boy! Where did the... Hello? What happened to the camera? Excuse you. Yeah, you can't use the shield properly like that. So luckily, that peg is on a hinge. So you can use it to actually defend yourself. Along with this sword. Okay, it looks like a foam sword. And more than that, it looks like a Lego lightsaber. In fact, I've been waiting. Kind of looks like that. Close enough, color blade, right? But literally, it almost looks... Jeez. So his hand opens, and that's how it slides in. And now Hot Rod has a sword and shield, which I don't think he ever uses again. It's not brought up in the movie. He didn't fight off Galvatron with it. And he didn't even challenge Galvatron to a sword fight. He literally was just there for like a training montage while they're traveling between planets. I'm glad he comes with it. I don't think any other version of Hot Rod has ever came with it. But yeah, it's I want to say one episode, but the G1 movie isn't it? It's a one scene gag, but it's cool to have. You can plug the sword onto the shield, or vice versa. So there's a slot right there. That snapped my... And tabs on either side of the shield. And you can just slot it in. I believe it has to go this way, because if it goes the other way, yeah, the hilt of the sword kind of bangs into it. But you can plug that there, and then there are two more pegs right there that will plug into the bus on. Oh my god, that's too much stuff on his back. That's literally the weight of a dead Optimus on his back. How is he supposed to carry all that? Let's quickly remove them and transform. So we're gonna flip up this panel, rotate the pipes on his arm. I imagine he could also use the pipes as sort of blasters if he absolutely needed to, but you're going to cover up the hand on both sides. And we're going to... What are we going to do next? How about the legs? So, untuck these. Fold the foot in. Rotate the waist. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Make sure they snap in. Fold the foot in. So you want to make sure this piece goes all the way around like that. And there's a tiny little tab on the shin that you want to get it around. And then you have a leg ready to go. Before we do the other one, let's untab this back panel, rotate around, and we're going to make sure the leg slides in to lock into place. And actually, that might not... we can still... Yeah, we can still get the leg around even with the back fin in place. So there you have the back of him all done. We're going to open him up. His matrix is going to rattle. But then what's going to fold out? This piece, fold in his head while rotating it. And his head is going to lock the matrix down. We're going to swivel this piece all the way around, open it up, fold it out, close it back in, make sure his arms get rotated, and his arms are going to peg in to the vehicle mode and to the, well, they're going to peg in here, here, and here, and fold out this piece, which I think it's on this one. Yeah. Oh, hello. Has a bit of a stress mark, unfortunately. And that makes me kind of hesitant to transform this guy frequently, because I don't want that to break. And rotate the other arm. For some reason his hand was still open. Make sure everything's lined up perfectly. Does this one have... No, I don't believe the other one has a stress mark. Close it up. And there you have Hot Rod in his vehicle mode. That's still an impressive transformation. Despite him being the very earliest of the G1 version of the Studio series, like, that transformation kind of stands the test of time, and just how much it tucks away everything. I don't want to say it's an oldie but a goodie, but it kind of is. And yeah, that's a much better color. I can even... One unfortunate thing, that paint scuff was out of the box. Like, that was there before I even started to play with it. We'll do... Hot Rod size comparisons. Probably a lot of frickin' crap on top of them. There you go. I forgot how much of a pain in the ass transforming Cup is. Here is with Megatron, Optimus Prime, and for those already saying, "Where's Galvatron?" Bad comedy. Yeah. I do kind of wish these parts of the headlights color matched to these ones. But that is nitpicking. And overall, Studio Series MTMTE Hot Rod is honestly my preferred choice for a modern Hot Rod figure. MTMTE. I didn't mention that. So, the box obviously has nice pictures of Hot Rod. But it says MTMTE collection right here, which, if you're not familiar, it's more than meets the eye. Not only that's a common phrase, more than meets the eye, Autobots raise their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons. But it was a comic run at one point. I think it was IDW more than meets the eye or something. But even though this guy doesn't look like he does in the comics, because there's the not the Lost, is it Lost Light? Yeah, where he changes colors and kind of acts more like a antagonist. Yeah. Haven't read any of MTMTE. The only Transformers comics I read were the Beast Wars. And there's the specific picture of him and Daniel fishing. Even the toy recreating that pose, I did not. Yeah. If you're looking for a hot rod, I prefer the pink one. So, how do we feel about the rumor of a Studio Series Rodimus Prime? I wasn't a big fan of the Kingdom version. I don't know, something about it, I didn't pick it up, but I'd be curious how a Studio Series version will turn out, because I still have the Power of the Primes Evolution Rodimus. And I think that was the big reason why I didn't go for the new one, man. Hot Rod. Hot Rod. Why do we not have cars that look like this? Like, I know this was the future in the 80s. This sports car, but like, why have we never had a car that actually resembles that? Maybe not with the massive spoiler, but I'm sure we could do it. It'd probably be reserved for the wealthy people, wealthy bastards who don't pay taxes. I'm sure somebody's probably made one, just, or something similar to this. Actually, I'm pretty sure I've seen that before. Anyway. Well, Studio Series Hot Rod is far from he's not far from perfect. It's just, this one is closer to perfect than the red one because it's pink. I just like pink. Isn't that enough? I think so. And until next time, keep it weird. No. Just time out, time out, time out! Keep your reel in the water. I don't know. I've never gone fishing. Bye.